Welcome, friends. Uh, Let us come to the third video of my MSME, where we are discussing some of the questions which are, in general parlance, which people may get difficulty whosoever are working in the industry. So the today's first question is, what is the day of the acceptance? The day of the acceptance means the day of the actual delivery of the goods or the rendering of the services. So in case of the no agreement, 15 days, and in case of the return agreement, there will be a 45 days. Where any objection is raised in the delivery of the goods, then that 15 days will be added to your the 15 days to be added to your 45 days. Second question I received is whether a retail trader or wholesaler are included under Section 43BH. So it is no. MSME supplier means supplier who are into a manufacturing or the service industry and not retail and the wholesaler. So it is not applicable to them. Third question is that whether 43BH is applicable to non-registered suppliers. So no, again, it is not applicable to the non-registered suppliers. It is only applicable to the suppliers who have registered for the Udyam. Fourth question is very interesting question, friends. It is how can the assessee ensure the supplier does not transition from the micro to small, small to medium, or vice versa, medium to small and small to micro. So there is no other way. There is no other way out except we discuss or except we check from the supplier or from the Udyam registration. One thing is every purchaser should inform the supplier that every year they will have to give to them registration certificate, because they may change every year, right? Okay. Next question is whether it is applicable to capital item purchase. So it is again, it is not applicable to capital item. It is only applicable to a revenue item. Then we move to the another question, whether the interest payable to micro and small enterprise for delayed payments allowed as a deduction under the income tax act. So it is not allowed, friends. So interest, if it is payable to the micro and small, it is not allowed. What if the payment is delayed from 15 days in case of the not agreement, and in case of the agreement 45 days, and paid before 31st March 2024? So in that case, friends, it is allowed if it is paid before 31st March, the original amount paid to the supplier is allowed, but the interest liability will remain as a hanging sword onto the purchaser. Then one more question is whether the disallowance attracts if the assessee opts a presumptive taxation, like under Section 44 AD or 44 AD. So in that case, if you are registered under the 44 ADA or AD, then it is not applicable, because 43BH section begins with a non-obstance clause. It means notwithstanding anything contained in the other provision of the act. So it overrides every other act. So if you are 44 AD or 44 ADA supplier, then it is not applicable to you. What if the 50% is paid as an advance, then 50% is pending? So that 50%, if you are paying within the time, say 15 days or 45 days, as the case may be, then it is allowed. But if you are not paying within the time, then that 50% will be disallowed, 50% will be allowed. Then one question is, the last question maybe for today, whether the 43BH applied to an assessee who is also a Udyam registered micro or small enterprise. This is very interesting question, friend. Many people are confused if the supplier himself is also a small or micro, and he is buying the material from a small or micro suppliers. Then one thing to be clearly understood, that this 43BH is applicable for the purchases from the micro or the small enterprise, and not if the seller is the micro, not in case the purchaser is a micro or small. So if you are purchaser and in registered under micro or small, even though that section will be applicable. It is nowhere mentioned that you cannot say that Section 43BH applies only to medium or large enterprise. No, it is applicable to everybody uh, purchases from the small and micro enterprise. So, friend, for today, this is it. And we will come back with some more queries if we get the queries. If you have any queries, please mention below the in the subscription or the in the wherever the space is given in the video, and we will definitely come back to you. Thank you very much, friends.